Hello, welcome back to another trading recap video. Today is September 1st, starting off a new month, and unfortunately I'm going to start the month down 215 bucks on the day. Today was a little bit of a tough day. One of the stock that I traded that I got myself right on was this stock right here, HPCO. Now this company was a recent IPO as of 2 days ago, and a bit of a dead cat bounce pattern here. Similarly to when we had MEGL, that one went crazy for the first couple of days, unlike this one. But then when it sold off really hard, we ended up having, a third day runner, kind of similar to this here. The big indices today ended up gapping down. I think it's now the fourth or the fifth day that the Qs and SPY have put in a red day. Yeah, 5 days in a row. So it looks like, yeah, from highs from about 5 days ago, we're down about 9%. So no good. Market sentiment hasn't been very good this last week. And trading today, it kind of felt that way. It was a bit choppy, and the setup that I took wasn't necessarily the worst. Now today, I got red right away. It was the first 2 trades that I took on this stock, and I was red about I think I was down 170 off those first 2 trades. I sized down, tried to take a few more trades on it, and got myself down another, 30 bucks. So looking at the trades that I took, the first trade that I took, when I looked at it, it was first halted here at about 550. Or I'm sorry, that's 850. So I was looking on the resumption for the open and the dip and the rip, but when it opened here, it just went straight up into another halt. And these, a lot of times, are trades that I miss. So maybe it would have been the break of $9 if I was looking for an entry. Or maybe this previous pre-market resistance level here. But I'm going to miss that trade. So up to this point, still no trades. And then this is the trade that I'm going to get chopped out of here. And I'm going to lose about 100 bucks. So it opened flat. And it immediately, I don't remember what it did now. So it opened flat. It pushed to about 1030s. And then it dipped down to 10. And that's where I bought in to see if it was going to hold 10 for the retest of 30s for new highs. So it opens, pushes to 30, gives a pull back to the whole dollar. But looking back on the trade, the bids were just consistently coming down, right as I was buying in. There was it didn't hold at 10 for even a second. So it wasn't a good entry. But it has been a trade that has worked out in the last few days where we'll get a quick breakout, a micro pullback, I hit the buy button, and that, where it seems to be holding up, and then we'll get a retest of highs. But it has to be quick. I don't want to give it a whole lot of chance for it to sit here and consolidate. I don't want it because it's a quick succession trade, especially on these halt resumptions. So anyway, it pushes up here to about 1030, pulls back to 10, and it immediately comes right back down to like 80s, 70s, and I sold for probably a 30-cent loss. And again today, I'm having this issue with Webull where it's not showing me my averages. And they said they're going to fix it, but they haven't fixed it. So going forward, until this gets fixed, I'm just going to be taking smaller size. Because I think that I know for a fact that a couple of these had really bad fills. And some stocks just seem to, this one was a bit more spready too. But knowing that, if I would have had that knowledge ahead of time, I probably wouldn't have taken as big of size as I did or taken as many trades. So going forward, going to play a little bit more on the safe side until I get this issue resolved. But anyway, getting back to the 2 trades that got me down here. So yeah, this one here that didn't work, the hold of 10, it flushed, ended up coming down here, and then this dip got bought up, pushed all the way up here to 1060 before it sold off. So it kind of gave a dip and a rip, but not before pushing up and dipping a little bit more than I thought, more than I was comfortable with. And then when it started curling back up here, I didn't buy the first candle make a new high. Now looking at this would have been a better trade. But then I did the same kind of deal where it broke 10, it pushes up here to 1040, pulls back. I tried buying on the micro pullback of 10, and it flushed. And again, I lost about 100 bucks. So right there, first 2 trades of the day, I got caught in kind of these. It wasn't a false breakout because I was buying the pullback, but I got caught trying to buy pullbacks that were bigger than I anticipated. So I guess with this stock, it just seems like the downside risk potential was bigger than I was giving it credit for, and I took too big of share size to reflect that. So finishing the day down 215, not the start to the month that I would hope, but I'm going to bounce back. I have to. That's how it works. So we'll use it as a learning lesson, just another stepping stone. Because you can't have those stepping stones if you only have green days. This is not realistic. This is day trading after all. It is difficult. So as always, that's been another good recap. I'll be back tomorrow live streaming, and I'll be back with another recap then. Hopefully tomorrow we'll see some good opportunities. A little bit less choppy maybe, but we'll see what tomorrow presents us with. Until then, later.